Time now for another Panther Spotlight. This is Todd Bell. My guest on Panther Spotlight today from the men's basketball team is someone who played his high school basketball very nearby at Big Walnut High School in Sunbury. 3 seasons at Malone, won a conference tournament championship there, and now is finishing up his career here with the Panthers and helped leading ODU to what is now a new school record for regular season wins in a year at 18. Caleb Conard from Big Walnut High School in Sunbury, Ohio is our guest on Panther Spotlight. Caleb, thanks for being with us here today. I saw a little nodding and like you were proud of that 18 wins here in the regular season. I know just 1 year with the program, and it's been a great year for you guys, but it must mean something to you guys how the season has gone for you so far this year.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I've been aware in the conference of like the past few years and how it's gone. So, me finishing out my last year with Kaufman and being able to turn it around and have this kind of year, it means a lot. It's great.
How would you describe this season? If I said describe it in one word, what would it be?
Just not one word, but like buy-in, I would say.
And that's been a common theme with just about everybody that I've talked to.
Yeah.
Where does it come from?
Yeah, it's just something that we preach early in, just like we do it a lot differently than most people, I guess. A lot more difficult, a lot, in each other's face, competing every day. And everybody's bought into it, no matter what part of the season it is.
So you redshirted, you started out at Malone, and you were recruited by Coach Kaufman, right?
Yep.
Take me to that. What was that process like coming out of Big Walnut and trying to play college basketball? Was Malone the tops on your list, or did Coach Kaufman brainwash you into coming there?
No, so out of high school, I was kind of confused with what I wanted to do because Malone was kind of far away, and I wasn't sure. And that was COVID year, so a lot of offers I had actually fell through kind of late. And Kaufman was still there, and I really enjoyed talking with him on the phone, going up. I went to see a few of their games, and I was just really happy after I made that decision. It felt like the right thing, and yeah, I'm very thankful I did.
So tell me about your 3 years there at Malone. Obviously, you got to play under 2 different coaches with Coach Kaufman, and then he came down this way. But what was your experience like? I know you were there for 4 years, right? Right,
yeah.
Your freshman year, and then played the last 3. What was it like?
Yeah, so first year, there was a same exact team that won the GMAC before that. So it was a great learning experience from all those guys. They were experienced in the league and had national tournament experience. The few years after that, still had some of those guys left over, and we were able to make the conference tournament championship. I ended up losing that one. Then the new coach comes in. It was a big change. Everyone wasn't kind of sure because of how late in the year he got there, and we lost some players to ODU. So that was kind of a turnaround year. We had a lot of transfers mostly. The year after that, more of those transfers had experience of us playing together, and we were able to win the tournament last year, kind of barely snuck in the conference tournament, and then ended up winning it.
Yeah, so great experience there at Malone. You had another year of eligibility. Why did you end up choosing to come back here and play one more year for Coach Kaufman? Yeah,
it just kind of goes back to that old relationship of not really sure what I want to do, and Kaufman was very welcoming again, wanted me. I knew I fit into this program. It's close to home for me, and I just think he does it a lot differently than most coaches, and that's something that I could see myself buying into, and it's working. Okay, so he does it a lot differently.
Yeah. Give me an example of maybe some of the things that he does differently that works for this team.
Yeah, so I mean, practices are a lot harder than, especially having experience under another coach. Normally this time of year you may take a few days off, Mondays or maybe go easy and light. But Mondays for us here, we're trying to get better each week. Not as focused on game plan for the weekend, but we're just trying to get better every day we can, if it's not scouting somebody else. And same with preseason, every single day you're competing like it's a game.
Is it harder that you guys are a little bit older, some older bodies? You guys are looking around we could really use a day off.
Yeah, there's been a lot of different just bugs, injury bugs going out throughout the team. Obviously, Elijah's knees are always bad. Just a lot of different things. But, I mean, looking back, even at Malone years, it really does pay off.
So at any point during the season, whether it was the beginning of the year or recently, you look around and you see Brady Moore and you see Terrence Broughton and you see Elijah Hinton and Coach Everett and Coach Kaufman, and you're like, we were all wearing red and blue here just a couple of years ago, and now we're all wearing black and gold. Is it a weird feeling?
It is. It is a little weird, but I mean, before we knew Coach was leaving Malone, we thought even that next year, like, this is going to be a really good team. Like, we have a chance to compete, and kind of seeing it finally come together here, I mean, it's cool to see.
Yeah, been a lot of fun, and you guys are having a terrific year. So just north of Columbus, about a half hour due north of campus is where you grew up, going to Big Walnut High School. What was it like growing up there? You can claim Central Ohio, but you're on the outreaches of Central Ohio a little bit. So you're kind of in a small town, and you're not very far from a big town. What was it like growing up?
Yeah, so we're definitely more farm country than that. So that's how, like, a lot of my friends and stuff, we're kind of, like, Coach has our programs blue collar. That's kind of how it was out there. Obviously still very familiar with Columbus and go down here a lot, but, yeah, it's a little different.
All of the sports programs at Big Walnut, and they're typically a Division II school, and most of their sports, of course, a lot of that's been categorized because now 7 divisions. It was only 4 when you were there.
Yeah.
But why do you think the program is so successful all across the board at Big Walnut?
Yeah, I think a lot of it just comes back to how the kids are, like, being raised, just like farm tough, kind of a little bit. Maybe not as much anymore, but yeah, just a lot of dudes who all buy into the same thing. Like, yeah.
Did you play any other sports?
I did not. No, I stopped. I played football until high school and then stopped.
Didn't realize that was. Well, you were going to get hit way harder than you wanted to, right?
Yeah, probably. Just decided to focus on one thing.
Who was your basketball influence growing up as a kid?
Influence, I would say more than anything, Aaron Kraft.
Okay.
Watching, yeah, I didn't love watching NBA.
Not the same game. Your
no,
game is not
at
his
all.
game.
Not at all. But he played really hard, and I just kind of liked how he had more going for him outside of basketball too, but still showed up every night and played.
Okay, so what about outside of basketball? What does Caleb like to do away from the court?
Yeah, I'm into big outdoors guy, so hunt, fish, a lot of that stuff, go boating.
Okay, so what do you like to hunt?
Deer, turkey, coyote hunt. I coyote hunt a lot.
What's the biggest prize you've taken home so far?
So far would be a buck. Just, yeah, nice buck, scored 140.
Have you met our head football coach, Kelly Cummings?
I've seen him. I haven't talked to him.
Okay, well, you
much,
need to walk down the hallway someday and go into his office because he has a giant buck in his office hanging on the wall, and he would much rather be in a deer stand than doing anything else.
Yeah, every weekend I can in preseason, I'm trying to sneak into a deer stand. So
our last interview of the year is always like, Coach, look forward to the off season. He goes, yep, I'm headed to a deer stand right away.
Yeah.
So make sure you just walk down the hallway and introduce yourself to Coach Cummings. You guys will have a lot of in common to talk about there as well. I know you've only been on campus for a short period of time, but what is it about this community that you've liked so far?
Yeah, I just like I've noticed this a bunch of D2 campuses, but it's just a really close community, and I like that. Like, I've only been here and I live off campus, but I mean I already know a lot of people on campus, and everyone's very welcoming. I love that part.
Yeah. What about the classrooms? Are you doing anything in class, or is it all online?
No, I'm all online now. Yeah.
So between COVID and just being a fifth year, you get that luxury a little bit, right?
Yeah, right. I do.
Okay, so then that means you're getting ready to get into the business world. You already got a degree in marketing at Malone, and you're working on your master's here. What are you doing now here at ODU for your master's?
Yeah, I'm doing data analytics right now for my master's.
What does that mean to a common guy like me who struggles with 2s and 3s?
Yeah, it's a lot of finance and stats going into it, and then a lot of just general marketing stuff still.
Was there anybody in the family that kind of lured you that way, or was it just something interesting?
No, it was just something interesting. I think it's important to be familiar with numbers and money in a way, and this is a way to learn about it. Okay,
and you already told me before this that you got something lined up?
Yep, I will be right now working for my dad's business-to-business marketing agency in Westerville.
Okay. All right, so we got 1 week to go in the season.
Yes, sir.
Conference tournament's right around the corner. You've been a part of 2 teams at Malone, one that won a championship and one that got to the final and fell short. What characteristics about this team remind you of those teams, and how can your leadership help this team maybe win a tournament championship?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of what I see out of the winning teams I've been on is leadership. I think we have that. It's not just one guy. That's not enough, but multiple guys that can step up in different moments. Especially every team guards you different, and when you have any one of the 5 starters that can go double digits any night, it's really hard to guard. And when we're bought into defense, how we've been the past couple games, it's we're very capable.
Yeah, winning is contagious, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
All right, well, hopefully you can bring some of that winning recipe and we can make a run here in the tournament. Caleb, thanks for your time, for being with us here today.
Thank you.
Caleb Conard joining us here in our Panther Spotlight. We invite you to go to our YouTube page, Ohio Dominican Athletics. Check out all the interviews we've done with our student athletes throughout the year. This is Todd Bell. Thanks for being with us on Panther Spotlight.